Today, everyone has a podcast, but you were super early in the game with Monty's Rockcast. Was it like 2012 you began that?
Actually, it was more like 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this 12, 13 years now. And I just started because, when I was a kid, I used to have a little tape recorder, act like I was a radio DJ, or I'd act like I was announcing a baseball game or something like that. And I just make these little shows. And, when, podcasts came around, I thought, that's kind of what I used to do when I was a kid.
What were some of the first ones you heard? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I heard, what was that guy's name? Adam. He used to be on MTV, Adam something.
Adam Curry, was it?
Yeah, Adam Curry. He had one. I know the Rock and Roll Geek Show was around, but there weren't that many, But, I liked Adam Carolla and, shows like that. So I just started thinking, I would love to do one of these, and I don't know if anyone would listen to it, but I just like to do one. And I finally found this Mac computer that, you could make a podcast on, and then you could make a website with it and put the podcast on the website and then, get it up out there for people to hear. So that's how I started. I bought this Mac computer back then, made it, a lot more easy for me to make one in the first place. And then I just had to figure out, okay, what am I going to say, And the first several shows were just like for Galactic fans. I just went over the albums, talking about all the songs. But from then I just started branching out to where I'd talk about TV and, sports if I wanted, or whatever it would be, politics or anything I wanted. And it just kept going. And, I just kept putting out, one or two a month for years.
Yeah.
And now here it is, like all these years later, and I'm still doing it. And as long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it.
Have you seen like an increase in response over the last 18 months, 2 years or anything with everybody else doing them? Or is that making it tougher to get the word out? Or don't you care? You just do it for yourself and like whoever enjoys it.
I've never worried about it. I've never looked up totals. I have no idea how many people listen and never have. I just know I get email all the time from people that like it and listen, and they give me feedback and give me ideas for the show and ask questions. And, anymore people will go, here's a question for the podcast, And so, I never worried about it. I just thought, whoever wants to listen can. I'm not going to change the way I do it.
It's a great document for you, though. So is it almost like a diary for you as well? It
is, and, some of it, I just talk about whatever I'm going through. And so, for 10 years, I had my ex-wife on there and I talked about her and, and now all that's gone. And now I have my girlfriend and whatever we, do to talk about, And so it just kind of goes, I just talk about my life and what's going on in the world. And, if something bugs me, I'll talk about it. Or if I like something, I like turning people on to new music that they maybe haven't heard. And that's been something that a lot of people have told me they like about it is, I talk about bands they wouldn't have even heard of, but, they heard it on my show. So,
yeah,
that's been cool.